What's up guys, Liam here from Kerry&Liam. I just wanted to give you guys an update on what's been going on in our lives and with the tiny house. We went to a birth class this weekend, and that was really cool. It's the first kind of birth thing I've been to. And the process of becoming a father is kind of interesting for me. I feel like there's a lot of negativity out there about being a parent and how difficult it is and stuff like that, which so far, and I'm sure there will be more, but so far there has been difficulties here and there, but I think it's better to think of it as a challenge. But I just feel like overall I've enjoyed it a lot more than people make it out to be. And maybe that's just kind of selection bias, and in people's memories they remember a lot of the difficult times and lack of sleep and stuff, but I'm quite enjoying it. And we're getting closer and closer to the birth date of my first son, so yeah, I feel pretty ready, so we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll come back in a couple months and be like, oh no, this is so hard and stuff like that, but I think I'm going to enjoy it though overall. Challenge, but we'll enjoy it. But with those last 2 months going in here, that means that we're kind of into the final stages of having to finish the tiny house build. And so I didn't quite finish the interior, though I got a lot of work done within the past few months on that. But what we need to focus on next is the drivability of the tiny house and making sure that it is as weatherproofed as we can make it, because it does have a slide out obviously. And I did want to install the diesel hydronic heating if we can, just so that in the winter it actually down to -40 will be, livably warm in here, just so we can use it as a space, right? If we have some time, then maybe we'll finish the interior, or I'll see if Juan is available to help me finish that. But real quick, I'll show you guys what we did on the interior, though. So I'm setting up. I haven't actually stapled these in yet, but these are kind of like I don't know what you call this. It'll have this type of panel on the bottom, and then like probably a green wall panel on the top. I bought the materials for that, but I haven't painted them yet. And then over here, at the front of the slide out, this would be the bathroom. This little cube here is, I don't know if you can really see this because there's no walls yet. This little cube here will be the laundry room. It'll just have our washing machine in there. It's the right size. We did measure it out correctly. But then this would be the bathroom. And you know what? I'll just turn the camera around so I can show you guys better. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Laundry room right here, bathroom in here. This is enough space right here for a 5 foot by 30 inch tub. We might end up going with a shower, but we'll make that decision when we get there. Over here would be, as you can see, I'm mocking it up with the toilet right there, but it would actually be in the center, more where this line of light is, so that you have like some elbow room to either side. And this would be this would be closed off. It would be the laundry room, like I say. And then right here you'd have a sink. You guys can see a couple water stains. This is where some water was leaking in the slide out. I forget how much detail I went into with that, but the slide out, there was some water during really heavy rain or heavy melting that was penetrating in somehow and then coming out through some spots up here. And then I had some like ram board down, so it was collecting on that and pooling and then slowly getting underneath. But I haven't had an issue with it since I made some adjustments to the slide out and stuff. And we have a better solution for that coming up next. Here I am working on some of the remaining windows for the bay. So these windows are once again upgraded again. Maybe we'll do a specific video on this, but I actually started routering them together to make them stronger. And it's turning out pretty nice, I think. All right, what else was I working on? Probably do another video on this, but we're working on the wipes to seal the house better. We have the solid seals in place and they work quite well, but mostly because of manufacturing tolerances, there is still some wind and some water that can get in under certain circumstances, especially wind in some spots. There's wind leakage consistently. It's because when we built the house, the seals were not quite fully engaged when we glued everything together, and so we're not going to be able to rip it apart and re-glue it now at this stage. So we're going to install wipes. This is what one looks like partially assembled. I was just epoxying this one to put it all together. Here's what the back of it looks like. And I can actually step outside and show you guys what the outside looks like here. Let's see. Let's go over there. My, what a nice day outside. All right, this little guy in here is the wipe once installed. It goes all the way up to the top. So there's a very thin gap in here, and there was some wind that was blowing in there because it's very windy here in Saskatchewan. Getting in there, and then you could feel like a little draft along the inside. So it is a rubber wipe. There's a very thin space, and then I'll add some silicone and screws onto this side, but it's kind of forming, the seal is kind of forming like an L basically, with the rubber wipe on one side. So this will do the sides, and then there's one up top. Let me zoom in up there. So maybe today, Juan will help me permanently install it. And the top was kind of an issue with water leakage during some extreme environmental conditions, like I say. But pretty soon here too, to get the drivability of the tiny house into where we need it, we're going to begin building and installing the actuators. So I actually have the material right here. This is the threaded rod. It's very difficult to find a 12 or a long enough piece. I needed 8 feet, and I can mostly find them in 6 feet. But basically, for now, we're just going to do it kind of manual. I'm going to weld on the end of a bolt onto here, and then take my impact and just turn the thing. And we're going to weld together a nut with a plate onto here, drill through this, and then we're going to set up a bearing up on this end that will hold the threaded rod in the right position. And so when you zip, it'll pull the slide out in or out as you need. There'll be one on this side and one on that side. So if it doesn't go perfectly straight, you'll have to kind of try to go to either side to balance it. That will work for what we need. And then to further secure the tiny house, my current thinking is that I wanted to have like some sort of ratchet strap or something kind of strong to go all the way around from the roof to the, let me get out of the sun, from the roof to the, oh, that's worse. Anyway, I want to strap around the slide out to make it so that while this is driving, that the slide out couldn't back its way out if something broke. The actuator should hold it in, but if that broke, we don't want it to slide out on the highway. That would be pretty bad. So we have those roof anchors in from a previous video. They're way up there. I can't really show you. But those roof anchors would be quite strong. We'll probably get some heavy-duty ratchet straps and strap onto those roof anchors and then strap somewhere down to the bottom of the frame. The house is pretty wide, but interestingly enough, straps to hold your load can go over the 8'6" width. So it doesn't matter if they extend a little bit out the side. It doesn't add to our width. So that's good because we're pretty wide right now. And so yeah, we'll do that. We want to get this thing drivable. I'm going to have to install the driving lights as well. This truck, the fire truck, actually came with a bunch of driving lights. Let's go take a look over there actually, because I haven't looked yet. So heavy trucks, they need to have like those 3 lights up at the top, center of the top. Like, let's take a look here. There will be driving lights right there. They're the front clearance lights, and then one at each corner as high and as wide apart as possible. And same on the back. And there will have to be a mid-mounted light as well, because we're longer than 30 feet. I think the total truck is about 35 feet long with everything. So we'll have to mid-mount a lamp. That one, the fire truck did not have, but a lot of the stuff I'm probably just going to steal from the fire truck's old box. Like that can be our reverse lamps we need to install. That can be the stop and turn lamps. So yeah, we'll try and reuse as much of that stuff as possible because they have to be like DOT approved and stuff. We probably won't put the flashers back on, but yeah, it's gonna be a busy next couple months, guys. I'll also be working on the garden because we want to have fresh veggies around for Kerry and for the baby. Busy couple months, but I'm feeling optimistic. I tend to, I don't know, I feel like I've always tended to be like a bit of a perfectionist, and a little bit kind of anxiety driven, that like, oh, I need to get this done by this time and stuff. And that's been a challenge with the tiny house build, because it's been a very experimental and challenging thing for me. And I want to do it perfectly, obviously, and have something that's very nice that I can be proud of. And I also wanted it to be done by a certain time, kind of thing. Really, I wanted it to be done by the time that I was having, before even getting ready to have my kids. But the thing is that I think that, I don't know if that's a healthy way for me to think of it. And so I've kind of want to just move beyond that and realize that stuff doesn't always have to be perfect, but I can still get my life started more or less before I have everything in place. And I think that, you know, in 20 years, when my kids are kind of getting older and grown up, I won't regret that, just having started my life and not worried about everything being perfect. I think that's a thing with a lot of young people, especially because housing has gotten so expensive, and people go into college and they have to, like, they want to like start their career and be settled before they have kids, or whatever it is that they want to do. Like maybe it's that they want to go travel around or have a certain hobby or something. I don't know if you have to, I mean, obviously you have to be conscientious of finances, but trying to wait to have everything perfect, I think if I waited too much, I probably would have regretted it. So we won't wait too much longer. The tiny house will be done whenever it's done, and I'm sure it'll be great when it's done, but I'm gonna get my life started. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We'll bring you more updates as we have them. Bye for now.